walked in did not introduce themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Victor Isaac. I've been in business for quite some time. And I heard of your promo on radio yesterday, so I said, let me come.
Check it out. Okay. Yes.
My name is Victor Itonyo. So I'm the government officer at the Cancer System Services. So I heard about it from you. That's why I said, let me come out.
You're welcome. Most welcome. Yeah.
My name is Mr. Maya. I run the Travels Tour. We're travel company. We organize trips for people around the world. Basically, we're trying to sell Nigeria to people who also live in Nigeria. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well,
Okay, it's me.
yeah.
Right. Good afternoon, everybody. Mrs. Wada, currently the MD Gives Oil and Gas Services in Port Harcourt, GRA. Aside that, I'm a professional counselor. What I do, I teach people on the mind, attitude, leadership, and professional advice on things. Thank you.
Yes, yeah. You've introduced yourself. You have. Now, in the course of the forum, you'll find out that we have some students, current students in the house, and they will give you tips or share some things with you, what they experienced. And if you noticed already, they introduce themselves differently. I'm sure you noticed some people says, I am the CEO, I want to sell Nigeria to the world, and some says I'm this and this. The confidence they gain in school, they're ready to share. Okay? So after this networking session, we'll be calling one or two of them to come and tell you, is it true this quantum business school thing? You know, Nigeria, there are a lot of things going on, and please want to hear. So you hear from them, okay? But before then, can we have someone, one or two persons who want to tell us the people they met and want to get this book free as an award? Who want to try? Who want to try? Yes, please, can we give him a round of applause?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
My name is Akojo Ode. I introduced myself earlier on as a pharmacist by training. I work to manage the South sales team for Lineage Pharmaceuticals. So basically, what we do is we interface with doctors, we interface with other pharmacists, we interface with laboratory scientists to promote the medications for the company. Impressively, so I've been able to meet some very wonderful people here. I spoke with Ms. Goodness from Bielsa. She is the CEO of Harmony Homes. And then basically what they do is provide consultation to give help to families, make them live better lives, and also help elderly people care. So geriatric care, that's what we call it. I also spoke with Mr. Prince. Mr. Prince is the CEO of Broadview Oil Maritime Services. He provides basic maritime services, consultation to would-be seafarers, and then his office is somewhere at Peter. I also spoke with Mr. Arunga. Mr. Arunga is an insurance broker into brokerage. His company is about 6 years old. Basically, he believes in being able to leverage, expand his capacity to helping people. And then I also talked with Mr. Eugene Oluka, the forester. He's very skilled, he loves music, and then he plays the guitar. And then he's also a class teacher currently, helps people with reading skills and writing skills. I was really hoping to talk with Mr. Eli, the IT engineer, but couldn't make him, but I'm sure we're looking for
Please tell us. Who wants to beat this guy? Who wants to beat this guy? I think it's not so. Oh, yeah. Please tell us.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Oyemi Oluboboko. I'm into cooperative services. The name of the cooperative is Treasure Wealth Cooperative.
we are into savings and loans. So we call our own business loans without collateral. And beyond that, as a cooperative, we are into real estate. Our real estate, we're introducing something new into real estate sector in Nigeria. So we are working on building choice estate in Port Harcourt, where there will be unique facilities for recreation and securities. So, and we do transportation services too. In the course of our networking, I was able to meet some wonderful people among us. I met Neja. She's from Akwa State. She's a student. Currently, she's going to observe our NYC. And I was able to meet Mrs. Wiko. Currently, she's working with her husband in the real and oil and gas industry. But for herself, she's human development person, and she's into attitude development and human capital and human management. I was able to talk to Mr. Eli. He is an IT consultant, and she works with HP currently, and he is into web development and web content management.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's good. I have who else? Want to try? Ladies in the house? Any lady in the house want to try? You cannot not hold my hand, right? Ladies, I beg. Bail me. Yes, lady. No, ladies this time. You guys can't have it all. Any lady that want to try? Well, this is Africa. Men are still in. So let's give the men a round of applause. Okay, who do you think deserves this award? It's democracy now. If you think the first person, can I see your hand as well? Okay, and if you think it's the second person, can I see your hand as well? No. Okay, can we call the first person? Very well. If you notice, it's only 2 of you that were able to come out here, which means out of the lot, you came out and you did very well. On behalf of Fanto Business School, this is 15 nuggets for starting and running a successful business. And we pray that you will find this useful word food in your business ventures. Congratulations and God bless you. Then let's also call the second person for coming out and what he did very well. Let's encourage him. Congratulations. And the next is we want to hear from some of our alumni or current students what their experiences have been or is in the Fanto Business School. We have the current president of the certification class. We call him JP. Okay. If you notice, he's the only one voting on here. So let's welcome Prince James Fibika.
Yeah, good morning all. You're welcome to this wonderful business seminar class. Let's say my name is Prince James Fibika, and I am the chairman stroke CEO of Broadview Oil and Maritime Services Limited. I am a student from the certification class of the Pattern Business School here in Port Harcourt. I want to say it has been a wonderful moment for me. I have gotten a new dimension of my business empire and life. I have come to understand that as an entrepreneur, there are certain things I need to put in place for me to get to the next level. And to be frank and candid to every one of us here, the come to my personal office, you come to understand that a lot of things are very structured. Once upon a time, I was blind. I was feeling that I can do it all alone. But I have come to understand as an entrepreneur, I need to be inquisitive, I need to be humble, I need to be focused. It's a wonderful moment. In fact, most of my assignments given to me by school has made me go through a lot of researches. I have come to understand that in life, for you to get to the next level, you must to be informed. If you're not informed, you're misinformed. So I wish every one of you the best, that as soon as we took off here, you come to understand why you need to be part of the program, not just having a forum here, but also engaging yourself into the academic pursuit of entrepreneurship to make sure you come out to the best result in life, to become a best business personality in Nigeria and in the world in general. Thank you very much.
We would like to call Mr. Wisdom Ayara, the CEO of Business Travel. Please welcome.
Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here. And I would like to start by saying the first thing is whatever it is you want to do, start now. I learned that at Quantum. Because whatever it is you're facing, at times you're scared of what you want to do, you're scared of that business you're trying to actually put together. But whatever knowledge you feel you have, and you're scared of how do I put it through, but you're in the right place because you're coming here today. It actually means that you're serious about where you're going to, and it's a step that you have started. And I want to tell you something that by the time you're through with all the courses and everything, you're going to be a success. Because actually I've learned a lot of things from everything we've done, from the basic class. One of the things we learned when we did the research some time ago, and then I realized that I've been running my business, I've actually never done a research. But from the research class, I actually understood that I could actually put everything we learned from class into the business. So one day I took out some people, some marketers, and then we took a research to the airport, and we did research on a number of people, where they travel to, what they exactly want whenever they travel. It helped me to plan for a business in December, which I did. A tour package I created for Christmas in Calabar then, and it was wonderful. It was a huge success because of that research. So whatever you're learning from here, just believe it, put it into practice. Don't just see it as one theoretical thing you're just looking at and listening to. But I want you to go back. Where in my business do I need this? Put it back there, fit it there. It will work perfectly for you, and I assure you will come out the best. Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll just call one more person, and this time I think it would be nice to call the lady. Let's hear a lady's voice.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's nice to have one of you here. Wonderful. I use the word wonderful each time I appear before Quantum, and I say wonderful. You will all agree with me that every one of us need a mentor. We struggled in business because we didn't even have a foundation. We didn't even understand our strength and our weakness. In Quantum Business School, I was taught, and I knew my strength and my weakness. There are some business you call me, I won't do because it is not my strength. If I put money there, I'm going to lose my money. It is not my passion. You can only learn that from Quantum. Now, they teach you as an entrepreneur, you are creative. Every one of us has something inside of us we can do outside traditional way of making money. Go to school, graduate, civil servants, retire. They teach you this. You discover your potential, that strength inside of you, and you run with it. In Quantum, we are told that when you meet the need of people, you make money. And how to meet the need of people? That's which is deposited inside of you by God. So if you are looking for money and you've been struggling doing what you're doing, you will not really touch life. And that is one thing I was taught. And I discovered inside of me that I've been touching life. I was not making money from it because I've not done it professionally. And I was packaged. And I tell you today, I'm so happy when each time people come to sit before me and say, what do we do with this? In confidence. And it has turned to become money because I'm touching life. So in Quantum Business School, there's a lot of things you are going to learn there. Many people will tell you that what is there to go to business school? Sorry, you need a lot. If your dream is to build to last, then you need to learn. But if your dream is to build and die, don't forget the school, you don't need it. So I encourage every one of you, come to Quantum, take the post step, don't consider the money. If initially the first time when you told me money, I was like, for just business school, in fact, I'm not going to pay. Then I asked myself, how many things have I lost out of ignorance? Count it. Then when you have the knowledge, you will make those losses again. I encourage you. Thank you.
Without waiting more time, I'm going to call the chairman of the Quantum Projects, the president of the business school. I'm sure some of you have seen him on TV. We've also heard him on radio. He's here. We want to invite him. Mr. Victor Itonyo to take most of the rest of
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure on my part. Can you hear my voice? Or I should use this? It's better? All right. Let me start by telling a short story, because I'm so glad that this story will speak something to someone here. And it's a story about the tortoise and, of course, the rabbit. These two guys were friends for a long time, but then they thought that they should do something extraordinary. And what was it? Is to have a competition. The tortoise went to the rabbit and said, let's take a journey. Who will be the fastest runner? It was a 10-kilometer race. And of course, the rabbit was surprised. How dare a tortoise asking me for a race? It's fantastic. Just lay out the plan. This is the route. And they took. Of course, what do you think when they say, on your marks, get set, go? What do you think happened? Exactly. That's exactly what happened. The rabbit just went, and in the next 30 minutes, he has already crossed the line. Where was the tortoise? It was still way, way behind. And the tortoise was very angry. He said, we have to do this again. There has to be a rematch. And so they said the rematch, this time, same 10 kilometers. But the tortoise was very smart. He made sure that after 5 kilometers, there was a stream they had to cross. On the marks, get set, go! Yes. The rabbit took up as usual. But 5 kilometers, he was trapped. He didn't know what next to do. How do I cross this river? Because what? Rabbits don't swim. All right, just help yourself by putting your phone on silence, okay? And so the rabbit was there waiting, wondering how to cross. Who is going to ferry me across here? He was waiting and waiting and waiting until eventually, who did he find? The tortoise came there. Of course, tortoise can swim. He entered the water quietly, walked through, and then he's on the other side. And of course, I don't need to tell you who won the competition. Who won? The tortoise won. This time the rabbit was very angry. He said, this is not fair. We have to have another rematch. It was like the boxing of Judge Foreman and Muhammad Ali. So we have to take another rematch because somebody needs to, I need to teach this guy a lesson. And they were going on and on who would win. Unfortunately, the reality of man was this. As long as everyone is in competition, nobody wins. And so they decided, look, why don't we work together? And so they made it 20 kilometers race. And then this time they said, we'll run together. So what did they do? On the basket said go. The tortoise went on the back of the rabbit. And then the rabbit took a long, fast run. As they got to the river, what happened? The tortoise went under
And then the rabbit came on top. And they swam across. And guess what? Because both of them worked together, they were able to arrive at the destination much faster and better. Friends, in this story, I don't know who is the tortoise. I don't know who is the rabbit. But right here, we have both the tortoise and the rabbit. Let's say Quantum Business School is the tortoise, and you are the rabbit. The fact of the matter is this: we cannot do it all by ourselves if we begin to strive on our own. There's always someone, somewhere, that can help you much faster. You know, I was able to meet some guy. He was in a graduation program. He was a former minister in Nigeria in the Goodluck Jonathan government. And he said something. Samsudin is his name. He said, the difference between where you are and the next place you need to be that you are dreaming that looks so far and so big is just 7%. Everybody say 7%. 7%. It means the gap is 7. If you say between where you are and Buhari is just 7%. You just only need to know somebody who knows somebody that knows Buhari, that knows, you know, there are levels of knowledge. Of course, you know, even Jesus Christ had, of course, he had the 70. Well, he had the multitude. And then he had what? The 70. And after the 70 what? He had the 12. And after the 12 he had what? He had the 3. And of course you know their names. But amongst the 3, he had 1. So if you really want to get to Jesus Christ, of course, going through the multitude is one step. But if you can identify the 70, they can lead you to the 12. And the 12 will lead you to the 3. And the 3 will take you to that 1. And that guy will link you directly to Jesus. So the level where you are and the next place you need to be is only 7 steps. I want to show you some secrets that you need to understand about what business is all about. Well, Quantum Business School and Entrepreneurship Training Center is in partnership with Regent University. And it's been accredited. It's the only accredited center in the whole of Nigeria. So you can't get it anywhere else. Now, what does the training all about? What is it all about, this training? The training is being packaged in such a way where people are not just having book knowledge of running a business. It's about practicals. Practical steps you need to take to run a business. We realize that one of the things happening in real estate particularly is that many businesses are closing down. Many businesses. In Transamadi, we used to know Transamadi as a hub of manufacturing. You see companies like the distillers, Eastern Road Iron, call names. Michelin, fantastic. As a matter of fact, when Michelin was shutting down, they had to invite us to come train over 600 of their staffs. And after the training, what did they do? They just paid them off. And then Michelin relocated to Malaysia and invested $6.5 billion to create a new plant. And what are they doing? They are manufacturing in Malaysia and they are bringing it down here to Nigeria. And they are selling ready-made goods. And what have we lost? We've lost so much. We lost so much. Of course, they also made more money by selling a piece of the land, some other companies, and then they just walked away. They only have a marketing hub in Nigeria. Where are we going to? Friends, 2 weeks ago I wrote a column in Business Week. And in the Business Week, one of the first things we say is what can we do to transform the economy of Nigeria? And in the second edition, for last week, what was written on that on a Friday is that what can we do? Why is it that people are not attracted to entrepreneurship in Nigeria? Why? And a few things were discussed there is because if you look at that, I'm sure when you were coming in here, nobody met you at the gate to celebrate you and bring you down, walk up here. But if a member of the House of Assembly or House of Reps or Senate, a senator walks into this place, what do you think will happen?
Everybody.
Of course, you will be escorted by mobile policemen. The aura, and of course, the moment you have that name tag on your body, you have an overnight success. It's something that is never given to entrepreneurs. The reality is this: whatever you don't honor will never be attracted to you. That's That's a simple reality. Let's look at this. Rate of business failure in Nigeria is so high. And apart from the fact that we have to contend with a very harsh environment, this is one of the only countries where you virtually have to provide everything for yourself. And yet, Obiakpo will come stand in front of your gate or Port Harcourt City and say you must pay revenue taxes. Okay. But reality is this: business all over the world is a risky business. Miles Monroe have to say something. So for you not to take a risk is a risk itself. Because if you don't know where you are going, anything can take you there. What does it mean by that? We believe that the greatest problem we have for most business people, as we feel in Nigeria, is that we do not have capital. Is that not what we hear mostly? Lack of capital. The reason why people are not doing business, what is it? The number one reason is what? Lack of capital. But in reality, capital is one of those key things, but it's not the top brand number one. The major cause of business failure has been lack of experience, lack of expertise. If we match lack of experience and expertise in business, it shows that there's a huge gap that needs to be closed up. Some of the things we see is insufficient commitment. Many people do not really see business as something. I want to start a business that when take it to a level after I've gone, my children and my children's children will come and take over the business and run for many generations. As of now, there are not more than 5 generational businesses in Nigeria. I know some of the big names we used to know were people like Alhaji. Who? Dandata, okay. But there's one other big name that was everywhere. MKO Abiola. Fantastic. Of course, you know the Concorde Airlines. You know the Concorde newspaper. You also know banks like Habib Bank. You also need to know the Abiola Farms and the Break Bakeries and the ITT. You just need to name them. But let me ask you now, apart from those of us who were born, before 1980, how many people of this generation still remember the name MKO Abiola? Where is his wealth? Everything is just what? They're gone. Where did he go to? It's gone. So reality, if you look at it, we find out that businesses don't last generations. And that's because our philosophy of business in Nigeria is, what can I do that will take care of me and my wife and my children and my immediate family? And then, at least something. So everything about our business is body and soul together. Let's just put body and soul together. Leadership is a key issue in Nigerian businesses. And sometimes we try to run too fast, and then in the process we become victims. I have also been a victim in this place, trying to grow too fast in a business. Bad or no strategy, and of course, poor financial controls. Friends, I want you to know that whether small or big or medium, most businesses in Nigeria are going through this crisis of having to balance and go to the next level. So, what do we do? The failure of businesses, is it because of only those things? And if those are the key things, what do we really need to do to take our businesses to the next level? One of the things we should understand is developing products that people will want to pay. People will want to pay, be willing to buy. In economics, they have what is called effective demand, which means a demand that is backed up with naira and kobo. Many of us are selling what we want and not what people want. Hardly you see anybody do a proper research to know, say, this is business I want to do. I want to really go to the market and do proper findings, and then before I do a test of my product, do research, what is going to be my niche market, what is going to be my, how am I going to segment the market, how am I going to reach out to my target. Those things are not considered because we still follow the old philosophy of if the product is good, people will like it. How many of you remember that in those days, we used to have a washing powder called OMO. Fantastic. And what was the color of the OMO? Fantastic. It's blue. And the advert is for those of you who are young here, not seen anymore, but you remember the advert. OMO, super blue, OMO, washes brighter and it shows. Do you remember?
Yes.
The other day, Kofi was doing a program on radio, and they were doing a lot of adverts. And I remember this one. And we knew most of these songs. The adverts, they carry us together. And then Ariel came to town. And other brands came to town. And the color of the soap was what? White. How can you say, and when you really use Omo to wash a white shirt, what happens? It gives some stains at the back. By the time Ariel came, white soap with little pockets of red, blue, other colors. And Omo was still singing, Omo, super. But by the time they realized what was happening, they were losing market. Today, let me ask you, what's the color of Omo?
White.
Why did they change it? Ladies and gentlemen, you need to find out what customers need and want. Watch them, talk to them, ask them about their problems, what types of solutions they think will address those problems. That is how we can create businesses. The next is that we need to define our business model. No two businesses have the same model. That's the reality of the truth. Because creativity is an individual thing. No two business models are the same. You can take a little here, take a little there, and bring and have your own mix that will stand you out in the marketplace. But the model must be something that is pursued with vigor. Let's ask most businesses, there are no standards. Many businesses actually are succeeding in Nigeria by accident. That's the reality of the truth. Why? Because if somebody wants to be a lawyer, what do? They go to where? Law school. Fantastic. When they want to be doctors, what do? They go to medical school. Are you sure? If somebody wants to be a carpenter, what do? Go and learn the trade of carpentry. Fantastic. But when they want to start a business, what do? What?
Just start.
You look for money. Yes, let's start.
It's very easy.
It's, I know my problem. As you see me say, it's not me say I don't know what to do. My problem now what?
Money.
Fantastic. How did you all know this? Have you said it before? Or you know somebody who have said it before? This is mostly the language of most men. When their women ask them that, waiting to happen, as you see me so. Now because nobody won't help me. But that's not the truth. We need to design an effective business model. And these things do not happen just like that. Hello?
Hello.
It doesn't just happen that way. Reality is that we are trying to reinvent the wheel. Have you seen any wheel that is four corner?
No.
Have you seen it? Lexus and Toyota. Okay, let's say Lexus and Honda Civic, which is more appealing. Lexus and Toyota, Honda Civic, which is more appealing. Are you sure?
Yes.
But what is the tire of Lexus?
Round. Circle.
Round.
Yes.
What of the Civic?
Circle.
What of the 504? Hello.
Hi.
I think we have heard of is it Inno?
IBM.
Where's the shape of this tire? Reality is this: many of us are trying to reinvent some things that don't even exist. And when you try to do what does not exist, it doesn't take you anywhere. It takes you. Just imagine how long will it take this man to get to his destination? You don't have to reinvent the idea. You don't need to invent the idea. It's just a little spark you need to put in something that is already existing somewhere, and it creates a brand for you exceptionally. That's what we're talking about. What you do, you can just a little spice in, and it differentiates your business. The other day, we talked about how the president of South Africa came to visit Nigeria, the president of Nigeria, just a few days ago. And it's amazing to hear that there are more than 200 South African businesses in Nigeria. Let's count how many businesses, Nigerian businesses, are in South Africa.
Church.
Yes, it's church. Yes, we have churches. Yeah.
Who owns all the churches there?
Hello. But guess what? South Africans are very smart now. When they go to Nigerian churches, they are looking for where they can receive, not to give. So most of the people in Nigerian churches in most of these countries are attended mostly by Nigerians. Means that even the churches need to rebrand. Friends, there's no uniqueness in our marketplace. If we see a car in any place any woman is frying, it's the same thing. There is nothing different. Hello? Have we ever walked on to say this is one place I can get the best akara, and for akara I'm yet to find one. Maybe you know one around your place. But even those who exist, they are not doing anything extra. It's the same thing. And when everything is the same, what happened?
It's become valueless.
It's become valueless. I can just get it. So there's no excitement. There's nothing like I'm looking out for this. If you look at the color of those balls, what do you see? One stands out. That is the way we need. We need to be unique in what we do. Your business has to be very unique. You must clearly define your unique selling proposition. What makes it to be that spark that people will look out for? That attraction that will give you edge in the market. We need to identify and concentrate on making the unique aspects of our business as superb as possible. Yet, it doesn't need to involve so much of money. I was amazed, when I read, talking about Ondo State, is it 40 years of, Ondo State? They were doing a celebration, is it 40 or 50 years of Ondo State? 40 years, fantastic.
Ogun State.
Thank you. Ogun State, not Ondo. And I was amazed at the kind of things we were talking about. The businesses that are, listen, the next business hub after Lagos is not Kano, it's not Port Harcourt. It's not Abuja. It is actually Ogun State. That's the reality. What is happening? They are attracting core businesses. And what is happening to Port Harcourt? We are losing so much businesses out of this area. People are even afraid. Many people have loved to be here. I'm sure the reason why some of you came here is because this is Golden Tulip. True of us. If we had done this program with some other places, some of you wouldn't have been able to attend because of fear of safety. Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing something here that we must know our customers. Be very clear about who our customers will be. Who are they? What are they like? What are their motivations for buying your products or services? Where can you find them? What is the best way to communicate to them and to reach out to them? A few years ago, before cellular phones in the remodified version came to Nigeria, one of the first comers of the market was Econet. And Econet came with a brand that for you to do that, they were bringing the style of what is happening in South Africa and Zimbabwe and Europe and everywhere. And they said for you to come, it must be contract. You have to register, you must bring your international passport or driver's license, and then you give them a post-dated check. And in 1 month, they've just secured up to 5,000 clients. 3 months later, MTN came to market and they say it's pay as you go. We don't need any of the information. You can just buy our SIM card anywhere and you're in business. And what happened? In just 1 month, MTN until date, they're being established. Because listen, the first commerce advantage is very important. If I want to ask you a question here, what are you doing differently that differentiates your business from others? What is your first commerce advantage? What is your entry point strategy? Ladies and gentlemen, knowing our customers is not as much as trying to be perfect in what we do. What brings business success is not about excellent product per se. Yes, the product quality has to be good, but your brand quality, your strategy, the things that speak about your product must be unique and they must be targeted to your definite customers. Wasteful spending is not the way out. Excellence requires an efficiency and perfection where things are prepared directly to suit, and it doesn't have to be just products, including services. There are so many hotels in Port Harcourt, but one hotel is having the capacity to charge more, even when business generally is very low. Why are they doing that? And they are not regretting. And yet people will leave those other small hotels and walk into the big ones. Friends, I want you to know that business requires something that is very extra. We need to learn from and fix our inevitable mistakes. The reality is that if you keep doing something repeatedly the same way over and over, what are you going to get? Same results. There's no rocket science about that. Same results. That's why it's amazing that we've had some fantastic Nigerian people who are into automobile spare parts, is it not? For many years, some have been into this business for 30, 40 years. And yet, where are they? Their business is still in Ikoku. That's it. Yes, they're doing a very good style of, transferring the knowledge from one to the other through what is called apprenticeship. Fantastic. But you see, you cannot learn beyond what you have been taught. That's the reality. If you go through the same cycle. That's why we need to raise up the next generation of business people in Nigeria that will be unique and specific. People who would drive the system. People who is not measured by what is in their pocket, but because of the way they carry their businesses. And it doesn't matter how small they look like right now. But there are people with clear visions of where they are going to. And I believe certainly they will get there. But with the right partnership. Back to the story of the rabbit and the tortoise. When we work together, then we all achieve the destination on time at a faster rate. We are here to help you. Because when you look at the mirror, you don't see your mistakes. What you see is what you want to see. But if somebody look in the mirror with you, what would they say? They will tell you the flaws. But not in a way to denigrate you or to put you down, but in a way to encourage you and to challenge you to achieve your goals. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that the best way to start business is to start right. One of the things you must do is that you need to attend a business school. I'm sure you've heard some of our students here, graduates here who have come through Quantum Business School, and they've given you an idea of what these things are not made of. And we didn't pay these people to give those testimonies. That's the truth. The reality is that of the people that have come to Quantum Business School, at least out of it, more than 1,200 that we have trained in the last 10 years, at least about 60% of them were people who had never done business before, didn't even know what business to do, and they came, it's like something opened up and they said, wow, I'm going to focus on this. Another 30% or 35% were people who were already doing their own businesses and felt that this thing I don't tire, they work. Maybe I could just pack, do CV, go look for a job. And then they came to Quantum Business School and they've been able to refocus and redesign their business to a clear direction. I believe, without doubt, in the next 10 years, the names we'll be hearing are people, strong businessmen and women are people who have come to Quantum Business School. And I've learned, because listen, we didn't just bring the Regent University pattern to Port Harcourt. And no, we're not training just their model. We remodified it in agreement with them. Because Regent University don't know what is called Obiakmo. Do they know them? No. That's it. So we have done this practically to how do we suit this local environment. So our trainings are strategic, they are involving. But they are not for lazy people. People who just want to, listen, it's not about the certificate, it's about what you learn and what you are able to implement, to adopt in your business that will take you to the next level. So what am I saying? Our partnership brings a training model that's two-dimensional. Number one is an entrepreneurship development program. We call it the EDP. It's a 6-week program. This one is very, very good for people who want to do business but don't know what business to do yet. People who already know what business to do but are finding it difficult on how to go about it. people who want to start business, but they are wondering, what kind of business will I do and how will I raise the money? We're also talking about people who are in business, but their businesses are not doing well. This program is recommended for them. Entrepreneurship Development Program. The second one we have is the certificate program, program in entrepreneurship. The certificate program in entrepreneurship. That is an 8 weeks training program, and all the programs we are trying to refocus and bring it down here so that this place will be, this same room is going to be our training center for that program. But to do that, we must have the required number of people. Only 5 Saturdays for that program, and then 3 weeks for field work. But please, if you want to come to this program, you must be willing to commit to dedicate between 25 to 30 hours every week, because it's quite demanding. But what I want to say is this, that to rent, how people will be asking, how can I participate in this program? I want to come to either the EDP or the certificate in entrepreneurship program. What does it cost? What does it cost me to be involved in this? Well, they say better soup, now way to do it. All right, but this money won't kill you. It's not big. It's not big. It's cheaper than you expected. I know to go to Lagos Business School where they teach you a lot of things about Pan African University and all that, and the curriculum is not as involving and engaging and giving you clear direction as what we do here. It goes for more than 600,000 naira. Those kind of businesses for now will not be. So what we're doing proud here is like give back to society, and our programs go for the registration is only 2,000 naira. That is to collect the fund, and then our program for the EDP is 75,000, while the certificate in entrepreneurship program is 150,000. For those who want to come to register in any one of these, you are free. Now, what is the key difference between these two programs? The Entrepreneurship Development Program, the certificate is Quantum Business School. Now, Quantum Business School is recognized by Sweden, is recognized by Bank of Industry, is recognized by all the relevant institutions in Nigeria. We are trying to pattern the Quantum Business School bigger and better than the Lagos Business School. Who said that good things must always only come from Lagos? I mean, come on, wait a minute. Although there have been strong temptations for us to leave Port Harcourt and go to Lagos, because here we need to beg people to come to school. Lagos, what do? They drag you. As a matter of fact, people organize themselves as a team and say, please, we have gotten 15 persons. If you come, we will raise our number to 50. Can you come over? It's quite tempting. Hello?
Yeah.
But of course, we have come so far in this place, and we believe that if we live here, who will help the people here? Now, it doesn't matter where you come from, whether you're from Anambra State or your state. All of us in Port Harcourt, we are the same people. That's the reality. There's no difference. They say Port Harcourt people. We are all Port Harcourt people. We need to grow up as people here. So those who are paying full package, the full for any of this program, you are paying only you are paying less. We are giving you a discount of 5%, 100% payment. But we know that not everybody have capacity to pay. Some few may not be able to pay that right now because their financial, their inflows are staggered and some are expected later. We allow installmental payment. But for those who make commitment today that I want to attend this program, I have a gift for those people. My wife, on her 50th birthday, that young lady there is 50 years old. Does she look like? Okay. All right, and she wrote a book on entrepreneurship. I'm going to give a copy of that book to every person that registered today and make instrumental payment or commit to pay, because this class is starting. Now, what we are going to do is we'll be having 4 consulting points here, about 4 or 5. Now, each of our staffs, please, you don't need to definitely come to only her or myself. All our staffs here, everybody here, they can actually carry you through. In fact, some of our students here, you can meet them and they can sit one-on-one. Okay, and for today, those who are, can I see the students in Quantum, can I see your hands? Fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We will also allow you to engage people so that we'll make this round very fast, because I'm sure some people have weddings and some other programs also to attend to. We want to make it quite easy. But before we do that, let me identify those who want to register today for the program. Either you want to do the EDP or the certificate program. Let me see those who are interested. Yes. Okay, please, can you hand this? Yes. All right. Yes, I said, what does it cost to register? To register, to get the form, is only 2,000 naira. But the two programs are, one is 75,000 for 6 weeks, 3 times a week, and the other one is 150,000 naira, just Saturdays, but it's compressed, solid Saturdays, and the trainings will be here. So if you want to do either of these programs, it's the same form, but you need to write and indicate which of the places programs you want to focus on, and we will work with you. All right, and I think part of the things I'm told here that right here you'll be doing your P&E type test, which means the first stage to really, for those who register today, you'll do your P&E type test right in this place, and we'll just conclude and set this stage. And of course, I wish we had done the P&E type test for a few people before I start talking, so some of them would have, visitors like you would say, oh, this is just what I realized, but I think the experience will not be any different. So, can I have those who are interested? I've gotten one person there, any other person? Okay, fantastic.
Before you go,
yes.
Can you choose the time of the year you want to engage this? Supposing you're not available this period, is it a periodic program?
This program, like I said, is a 6 weeks and 8 weeks program, okay? And we roll it over. We roll depending on the number. If we don't have enough number and it's a time you are free, it won't suit your program. So what I realized that anything that is important to you, you will create time for it. That's the reality. There's nothing like, okay, let me wait and everything balanced. I've seen nothing balances ever. So you just have to make up your mind and create. There are some people here, they realize that for the period they might miss 1 or 2 weeks. So they still registered and went ahead and missed. She's coming all the way from Bayelsa for this program. This lady here, she came all the way from Bayelsa. She's in the class and the current program. It's not been easy for her, and she's running both programs. Absolutely. She came all the way from Bayelsa this morning to attend this. So you can see, anything you don't commit yourself. And who are the people that attend this program? Is it only people that are, the man seated there is a medical doctor. The lady who is sharing this thing, she's been involved in the oil and gas industry. And but she said, look, I have to create it's different shades of people, some of them work in places, but they want to equip themselves. And of course, we know that this season, the market is really shaking for most sectors. Only this week we are hearing a little good news that the oil price is going up, but there's still no guarantee that the market is stabilized. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, those who are interested in the program, how many of them have collected forms so far? 2 persons. Yeah. We would like to do the consulting for those who have the forms. All right. The last question. Yes.
In the course of the law, who develop the business plan for you?
If you come to the business school and you want to write your own business plan, no problem. You write it. If you say no, we should write the business plan for you. Our strategy is this. The registration for the loan as the Bank of Industry loan is 12,500, 2,500 for registration, 10,000 for the processing. We will not collect any money from you until your loan comes out successful. Then, but we will tell you how much we'll charge. If you come to Quantum Business School, you only pay 2%. If you didn't come to Quantum Business School, you pay between 3.5 to 5% of the success fee. Which means if you apply for 20 million naira, and you are a student of Quantum Business School, we'll make sure that what you are paying is less because you are a lower risk. We know what you can do. But others that didn't come, we're increasing the stake because we have to do a lot of mentorship and follow-up and all of that. So the charges is the same. So it's better you come to the school and choose to prepare it or give it to us, we do it for you. But either way, we are willing to work with you. All right. So we are going to break out and then have the consultation. Those who still need additional questions, you are free to still stay back and then ask questions. So can we have the centers now? Let's have the centers now. Consultants, all those paying for the registration that wants to do their PE type, must do their PE type today, right today. So we prefer to give them the PE type test for all those making payments. Okay, somebody's asking me, do they write exams? We don't write exams. The exam is your business. We want to make sure that your business is succeeding. That is the exam. And
I never thought I would have time myself. So what I've learned because